Next, we have a resolution regarding Rochester Community Schools building. This was brought up in the last meeting. We asked the city attorney to take a look at it. This was his take on it, and so this is up for discussion tonight. Obviously, there's been some comment from the school district as well. Mayor Pro Tem Salvia.
Thank you. So, yeah, there have been some very aggressive comments made from the school district. I thought they were very, almost an attack.
It's not a, this is definitely an official paper, I call it a communication of position like we've done on other things. And they are really strong in that they don't want this out there before they figure out what they're doing with the property. And I did receive the email, I believe, from one of the committee members, even saying, well, can you at least just postpone it until after we go out for bids and everything like that. So it's a little mixed to, we don't want it at all, to, well, maybe table it until the end of March or whatever that was.
But yet then the comments from the RCS attorney would seem to indicate that they want no formal action ever taken at any time by city council.
It's unfortunate that the school district took it upon themselves to go the back door on this here anyhow to our own community and not let us know what they were doing ahead of time.
And when I got the email from city attorney and Mr. Justin, it felt like we were being bullied. And I don't like being bullied.
And I can tell you that the last time we sent a resolution to them, it was over them raising the taxes, but no one had a problem with that one, and those are what people don't realize. That's why our tax bills are where they are, because of the schools and things like that. So this has to be a two-way street with everybody, and I don't think that, it's almost like, what are they trying to hide, that they are so animate about something so simple up that who's going to come before us and speak? We've asked that from the very beginning when we first heard that they bought another building. No one's ever come before us. No one's taken the time to care about what we feel here or the residents feel. Ignore our residents. I think that's who elected us, not the school board. They don't live here, not all of them. So, different communities. So, it's my 2 cents, but hopefully they don't plan on raising taxes without letting us know ahead of time.
I did ask if I could come in and see the mural, and in doing so, I just thought I was taking the high road. I think it's a public building. I should be able to just come in, and city manager made that request for me, and I was told no. And so then city manager, while he was there for a meeting, took some pictures of the mural and offered to give them to me. And when Dr. Shaner saw him doing that, he said, oh, well, I'll have coffee with Nancy. Have her reach out to me. I'll have coffee with Nancy if she wants to talk about this. So that was before the holiday, and that hasn't been scheduled. But I was surprised that would be such an issue, that I just wanted to come in and look at the mural. So I'm really unhappy with the tone of this.
In the timeline, we know, to Councilmember Peterson's point, we were not informed of the sale of that building or the purchase of the new one. You would have thought that would have been a courtesy, if you would.
This is a big building in our city. We are the elected leaders of this city. We are allowed to comment on big buildings and big issues in our city. That's why we ran for office and were elected. As the mayor, is this heavy-handed approach that the school board seems to take with us, but also with residents that we've heard of, really is not productive. We should all be collaborating. We should not be getting, emails, text, and stuff that really sound like threats. So I would just urge the school board to take a more collaborative approach. Don't lecture us. We're not lecturing you. We want to work together. And so this is not productive. So I am more than happy to talk to, the head of their school board, whoever wants to, if they want to call me. and we can talk about it, or they can certainly come to the meetings. So I'm very willing, but, just to come down with the hammer on us, really isn't productive for any of us, I don't think. Pushback from the school board just came the last day or two.
Oh, okay.
Came
All
at
right.
2 o'clock.
Today at 1 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Today at 1 o'clock.
1:57 is when I got the
Yeah.
email.
Okay. All right,
And I received texts from people pretty aggressive today, though, not, so that
They
was-
could have shown up at the meeting.
Well, yeah, I do think that, I don't know if I had such a problem with something that we were going to be doing that they learned of in our packet. I would have wanted to be here to address my concerns to the city council. I mean, that's who we are. I guess in my other, I don't know.
Well, I think they, in my opinion, they were very clear in discussing what they wanted. They didn't want this.
Nothing.
There was no ambiguity in their position, I don't think.
Well,
I'd like them to do it publicly.
but I don't think that'll happen, so that's my biggest concern. I don't think at this point that's something we're going to receive. I think that's going to be, they'll call the city manager and the mayor and talk to them and not come before us because of saying something publicly on record here. Would have been nice if they were part of that from the beginning. I mean, when everyone gets blindsided that, oh, that building's been sold and they're moving in, and the whole world goes up in arms, right? Because this is what this has been since that happened. Amidst all their stuff that they've been going through, they still managed to go ahead and do that, which is kind of ironic, because that's been here a long time, too, for what its purpose was. And not to mention, they don't bring up the fact that, they don't have to pay taxes, do they? So, that's been a nice piece of property for many years that, now we have two, right? So, yeah, nothing's talked about that either, so.
I agree with
Oh, no,
everything, I
that's
agree
fine.
with everything you've said, Councilmember Peterson. It's very frustrating, very frustrating. There was just such an egregious lack of forethought on their part regarding this. And then the way they handled it, just strong arm their opinion on us at the last moment before we even had a chance to even consider it. I guess maybe it would be better. Maybe we do serve our constituents better if we allow them to publicly help us understand what their angst is. And if they're not willing to do so, then
That's up to them.
I think that's.
So they'll be here or they won't, right?
Yeah, okay, well, that's fine. That'll say a lot. Hopefully they're watching.